mode. Campaign. Okay, we're going to do a stream of all of Spellforce. That's Spellforce with all its expansions, Spellforce 2 with all its expansions, and Spellforce 3 when that comes out. I'm going to start the first one. We're doing the original campaign, then we'll do the Aaron campaign, the Phoenix campaign. Let's create a new character. We're going to create Jimbo Spike, and I've got my caps lock on, haven't I? Fantastic start. Full body view, portrait view. What portrait should we have? It's not bad. Looks similar-ish to me. Probably of all of them the closest to me. Don't like the size of this jaw though. No, I think I might just actually stick with the original. I mean, it's such a familiar face. I'm so used to seeing that face. Full body view. Can't change full body view. Okay. We're going to play as a male. We're not going to skip the prologue. Introduction to the game. It's been a while since I played this game, so I might as well. Gives a lot of valuable information. Is highly recommended when playing the first time. Light combat arts do with light, quick weapons and armor that allows for freedom of movement. To attain high levels, good dexterity and agility are required. Dexterity and agility. Heavy combat arts is the ability to master large and powerful weapons and wear heavy armor and shields. To attain high levels, very high levels of strength and stamina are required. Ranged combat. Ranged combat allows for mastery of bows and crossbows. To reach higher levels, a high level of dexterity and solid strength are required. I could have a knife as a backup. White magic. White magic uses sustained strength. High levels can be reached through high levels of wisdom and a good amount of intelligence. Elemental magic, which is always quite fun, is dictated controlling elements of fire, ice and earth. No wind though. High intelligence and wisdom are required to reach higher levels. Mind magic, used to influence the spirits either positively or negatively to reach higher levels. High charisma and relatively high intelligence are required. And black magic is intelligence and wisdom. Destroy and weaken. Necromancy, death. Destruction area can cause great damage in a short time. The realm of the undead. Draw foes of that energy and bestow upon himself. And curse. Curse can weaken and influence enemies in various ways. Mind magic. Enchantment, offensive and defensive. Elemental, ice, fire and earth. White magic, life, nature and boons. Ranged combat, bows and crossbows. Fast volleys of shots and have great range. Crossbows is best penetration. Heavy combat, I can have large blade, large blunt, heavy armor and shields. And light, I can have piercing, blade, blunt and armor. I'm thinking if I stuck with armor, if I had armor to begin with, because if I pick up an armor, which I can't use, that's a bit annoying, whereas dexterous and agile fighters, so I need dexterity and agility. Now, charisma improves the probabilities of mind magic. Enhances the effects of positive spells like healing. So it's not going to improve any chances for chatting and stuff like that. Mana reserves. Speed which mana reserves are replenished. Agility decreases the probability of being hit by an enemy, which is nice actually. The probability of striking an enemy, which is also good. Stamina, maximum health points and strength. More strength causes more damage to enemies in close combat. Now I could go for piercing weapons, light blade weapons, like blunt weapons. I'm thinking I'm going to stick to maybe light armor and light blade weapons. Probably going to try go dual wielding with light armor. But I'm going to stick to the light armor for now. Just have a bit more protection. I'm not too fussed early stages of killing enemies quick. I am playing this on normal difficulty. I'm going to put all my points into... remaining points, 30. What's my maximum? Dexterity. 15. I could go dexterity and agility. So avoid the chance of being hit and increases the chances of hitting them. That sounds good to me. I mean, strength is going to be causing more damage though. But light combat arts aren't about dealing lots of damage. They're about avoiding being hit and being quick and agile, dancing around the enemies. Yeah, Jimbo Spike, dexterity and agility. We're going to go for the light armor for now. And I could go blade weapons. Well suited for dexterous and agile fighters. Piercing weapons allows the use of daggers, the quickest close combat weapons, as well as other thrusting weapons. These are particularly suited to dexterous fighters or those skilled in magic. Like blade weapons, this ability permits use of small bladed weapons that give fighters or those skilled in magic solid melee fighting skills. One-handed swords, short swords and axes are some of the available weapons. Like blunt weapons, including one-handed clubs, maces, also numerous scepters and staves for those skilled in magic. Should I go for the armor or the blade weapons? We're going to start off with a blade either way. Whether it be a dagger, and it's a pretty plain dagger compared to this one. Having the light blade weapons could be good, but we're going to pick up loads of weapons compared to armor, if I remember correctly. I'm going to go for the armor. And let's start, shall we? We're going to start with the prologue.
It all began with the discovery of the All-Fire and the secret of the Convocation. 13 mages, blinded, driven by the greed for divine power, and under the bondage of the Circle, their armies unleashed death and destruction. Bonded with the power of ancient runes, cursed to eternal life and eternal death. Until the last day of the old era had dawned.
So have you come to witness the day of my ultimate triumph, poor old man?
No. To witness your downfall. You cannot win. The Convocation is a lie. It will destroy all of us.
So... shouldn't have come. You really think I care a fig for your whimpering?
I do apologise, that was a little bit loud.
Tahira!
Tahira.
Rowan sent us. He needs
That
the
was the
power
name.
of the Rune Warriors. The Northern Realms are in danger.
Rowan knows I will never serve a Circle Mage again. My powers are exhausted. I have seen quite enough misery and bloodshed. Rowan will have to look for somebody else.
That's why he sent us. A very special rune lies concealed somewhere in these lands. We're here to search for it. But we were attacked and Lev is wounded. He needs your help. We need your help.
Then I hardly have any choice. Very well. I will help you. Where is Lev?
I lost sight of him somewhere behind the gate there. I hope he's still alive. These damned orcs.
I'll look for him. You stay here by my hut.
Thank you, Tahira. It's good to have you back with us.
Questbook has been updated.
Welcome to the world of Spellforce.
Thank you.
In this prologue, we will explain the game to you. Let's start with some general information.
Okie dokie then.
The name of the main character in the prologue is Tahira. She is a combination of fighter and sorceress. From now on, we will refer to the main character as the Avatar.
Avatar.
Once you've solved the prologue, the game will continue with the avatar you selected before starting the game. Whenever you hold the mouse pointer over a button or an object, a help window with additional information will appear in the bottom left corner of the screen. When you are asked to click on something, this means a click with the left mouse button. We'll tell you about the right mouse button a little later in this presentation.
Okie dokie then. Rabbit.
When you click the Options button in the upper right, you can save the game or change the game settings at any point in time.
Menu. Options. Is there subtitles? Extended tooltips on. Level of difficulty normal. Video. Very high, high. On. Anthropic. Sound. There's no subtitles. Okay, that's a shame.
Now select your avatar by clicking on Tahira in the game world.
Done.
Very good. You can move the view with either the cursor keys or with the mouse by holding down the right mouse button. You can also adjust the view by moving the mouse pointer to the appropriate edge of the screen. A selected unit is marked with a colored ring. Your own units have a green ring, enemy units a red, and neutral or allied units a blue ring. In the lower left, you can see the currently selected units and some additional information such as name, health condition, and amount of mana. You can select your avatar at any time by clicking on the portrait button in the upper left corner of the screen. By clicking on the portrait button with the right mouse button, the view will be moved to the appropriate unit. Move Tahira down the path to the east and through the open stone gate to the Bindstone, a large boulder, by clicking the right mouse button next to it.
The Bindstones. Been a very long time since I played this game.
The Bindstone offers the Avatar an opportunity to connect his rune with this place. Should he perish, he will appear in the last Bindstone used. Enemies are able to sever the connection to a Bindstone if they attack it, thus causing you to lose one active Bindstone. Select the Bindstone with a click.
Click. Then press this button here.
At the bottom edge of the screen, you will find the action bar. A new symbol for Activate this Bindstone should have appeared there. Click on that symbol.
Done that, and now this gate opens.
The Bindstone will light up and is now active. You are now bound to this Bindstone.
Continue down
In
the
the
path.
lower right, you will find the overview map. Black areas have not yet been explored and are automatically uncovered when you approach them with units. Your avatar has a greater view radius, so he will uncover a larger area. The dots on the overview map are in different colors. Green dots represent your own units, red enemy and blue neutral or allied units or buildings. A few special objects, such as monuments, are marked in yellow.
Okie dokie.
Continue along the path to the east.
Continuing along the path.
Spellforce offers you the option of witnessing the events of the game from different views, including the third-person perspective, where you see the action from a position directly behind and slightly above your avatar. To change the view, press the page up key to zoom in and the page down key to zoom out, or simply turn the mouse wheel. By moving the mouse wheel downwards or pressing page down, the camera will zoom out into an almost vertical perspective. Now, when you move the mouse wheel upwards or press page up, you will see the normal isometric views from different distances. Now change to the third-person perspective by zooming in closer. This is only possible if your avatar is inside the field of view. In the third-person perspective, you can control your avatar directly with the cursor keys or with the A, D, S, and W keys. If you hold down the right mouse button, you can change the view direction. Otherwise, operating Spellforce in this perspective is identical with the isometric view.
And when you're holding down the right mouse button, you can strafe left and right.
Follow the path
slowly.
in third-person perspective toward the east to the next stone gate.
And this game is fairly old now. The amount of detail in it is
You can change
bad.
to the third-person perspective anytime during the game, but for now, we will assume you will be using the isometric view.
This game is definitely aged okay.
Change back to the normal isometric view with the mouse wheel.
The goblin.
An enemy goblin is lurking around the next corner. He isn't very dangerous. When you hold the mouse pointer over him, a bar will show you his health condition. Select your avatar and click with the right mouse button on the goblin. Your avatar will attack the goblin. As soon as he has been defeated, we will continue.
Experience bar.
The goblin's corpse will light up, which indicates that he was carrying an object with him. You can now take possession of this object. Take up a position close to the dead goblin and click on the corpse with the right mouse button. You can then see what object the goblin had with him on the left-hand edge of the screen. Click on the shield to take it with you. It will be automatically added to your inventory.
Okie dokie. Done that.
The shield increases your avatar's armor class when you are carrying it. With a higher armor class, you lose fewer life points when an opponent hits you with the weapon. To open your inventory, click on the backpack symbol in the action bar, which can be found on the bottom of the screen. A window will open, and on the left you can select the different categories of your inventory. Click on the ring symbol, which stands for equipment.
Pretty sure it's just the I key.
On the left, you now see the unused equipment. In the middle, the objects your avatar is currently using, and on the right, your character's current data. We'll deal with this data later. To equip your avatar with the shield, you must first pick it up with the mouse. Click on the shield and then click on the free section for the left hand beside the torso. Now close the inventory with a click on the backpack or the check mark in the lower right of the window, or by simply pressing I again.
And then continue down the path, I imagine.
In the upper left-hand corner, you can see a clickable portrait of the avatar. We call these buttons portrait buttons. The green bar in the portrait indicates the character's health. When the character is injured, it will change color from green to yellow to red, depending on the severity of the injury. When the character has no more life points, he perishes. Your avatar's life points will, however, regenerate with time.
Okie dokie.
The blue bar represents mana, magic energy. When a character's mana reserves have been depleted, he cannot cast any more spells. Mana is also replenished with time.
Okie dokie.
Follow the path through the next stone gate until you have reached the wounded Lev.
Oh, there's another goblin. A goblin marauder. Level 1. Attack you.
The lines are stolen.
He's dead. Keep pushing down. There's Lev. Oh, he's very weak.
If someone offers you a dialogue, a symbol will float above the character. If this person is relevant to the main quest, it will be an exclamation mark. If the person is only relevant for optional side quests, it will be a question mark. Select your avatar, approach Lev, and click on him.
I should have stuck with my books. I hope you haven't forgotten your healing arts, Tahira. Help me. Please heal me.
Okie dokie. It's going to tell me how to do that now. Click on this. Click
You
on
have a
him, or select
healing
him,
spell
and
at your disposal.
click on the spell
If you wish
available.
to use a magic spell, there are two possibilities. The simplest possibility is offered by the click and fight system. To use this, select Lev. Under your avatar's portrait button, all meaningful actions for the selected target will appear. The blue hand is the symbol for the healing spell. Click on the symbol to heal Lev.
Quest book has been updated.
The click and fight system can be used in the same way to launch damaging spells or melee attacks on hostile targets. As soon as you select an enemy unit, appropriate hostile actions will be offered. The alternative to this is the classic method. Select your avatar, then click the healing spell in the action bar, and then click on the wounded Lev in the game world. Speak to Lev again.
I thank you, Tahira. Without you, I would have been lost. I thank Aonir that Kaele found you.
What happened anyway? You're seeking a rune?
Yes, a special rune. Rowan is certain it must be somewhere in the ruins of Ankbrand. But the ruins are just swarming with orcs. We had to flee. Only Joshua managed to hide. Kaele knew where your house was. That's why we fought our way through to you. Please, you must help us.
All right. I will fetch your rune. You stay here and recover for a while.
As you command. Take good care, Tahira. Here, this spell scroll. I captured it from one of the orcs. Maybe it will be of some use to you. Keep following the trail. Perhaps you'll run across Joshua somewhere. May the gods grant that he is still alive.
You have received additional experience points and a magic spell scroll from Lev. It contains the Fireball spell. Once you have collected a specific number of experience points, your avatar will move up one level, will become stronger, and will be able to learn new skills. You receive experience points by defeating opponents and successfully solving quests.
Okie dokie.
When you die, you lose a small amount of experience points every time.
Yep.
Next, your avatar should learn the magic spell you have just received. Open your inventory and click on the symbol for Spellbook. On the left, you will see the inventory for magic spell scrolls. On the right, your spellbook, and above it, the so-called magic memory, with 9 free spaces at the current moment. Click on the scroll in the inventory to place it on the mouse pointer. Then click any free space in your spellbook.
That.
You now have transferred a new spell into your spellbook. You can enter any number of spells into your spellbook, but you can only simultaneously memorize and use 10 of those magic spells in your magic memory. Learn the Fireball magic spell by clicking on the Fireball symbol in your spellbook, and then click on any free space in your magic memory.
There we go.
Now close your inventory.
Closing. Much better than Spellforce 3.
Follow the path until you see the Minotaur.
From what I can tell of Spellforce 3 so far, you can only have 3 active spells at a time. Click to you again quickly though.
Thanks for healing me.
That's all you got to say. Okay. Go down the path until I see the Minotaur. It's going to be over here somewhere. There he is. Minotaur Grons.
Use the Fireball spell to defeat the Minotaur.
He's burning. Maybe. Fireball again. And he's dead.
Many creatures are partially or completely resistant to specific types of magic. Your avatar can also use rare objects found in the course of the game to protect himself better from magic attacks.
Okie dokie then.
Behind the next gate, a fire elemental creature awaits for you. This creature is completely resistant to your fire magic. Continue along the path.
Okie dokie. Heading along the path. Great
Try to
sparks
use your
around it.
magic spell against the fire elemental creature. If a creature has resisted a magic spell, you will see white bouncing sparks.
Yeah,
After
sparks.
this, defeat the fire elemental creature in close combat.
Sparks, no effect.
The mines must hold.
Another thing I remember as well, the more you kill of an enemy, the less experience you get for it as well.
Stay with me, men.
The fire elemental was carrying a hero's rune and 4 objects. Take possession of these.
There you go. Longbow, Hillfleet, Hawk Blade, Cloth Gambion, and Fine Cloth Pants.
Beside your main character, you now have up to 5 heroes at your disposal. The heroes are your strongest allies and may have magic powers.
Yes, yeah, very handy.
The hero's rune you just found represents a skilled long-range fighter. The rune establishes the hero's characteristics and abilities. In the course of the game, you will find more runes and also replace some of the older runes. To summon a hero, you must use the hero's rune in your rune table, which you always have with you, and then find a hero's monument for the summoning procedure.
This one over here.
Open your inventory and go to the category Rune Board. On the left side, you will see your currently unused runes, and on the right, the runes entered in the Rune Board. In the upper half of the rune table, you will find the spaces for the hero's runes, and below the spaces for workers' runes, subdivided into light and dark races. Depending on which level your avatar has, you can apply up to 5 runes at once. Click on the rune of the hero and place it in one of the empty fields of the rune tablet located at the top.
Done that.
Now you will have to arm the hero. You should have received a bow, a dagger, and 2 pieces of armor. Go into the inventory and select the category Equipment.
And select you, and then put it all on you.
On the right side of the window, you will now see 2 portraits. Select the lower portrait and give your hero the 4 new objects from the left side of the inventory. The bow must go into his left hand. That's the space on the right-hand side.
There we go. Got some stuff.
If your avatar or a hero cannot use an object, it will be marked with a red background. Close your inventory.
Closed. Then keep heading out this way until you find the hero monument.
Follow the path to the great monument. This is the hero's monument.
May also get the bind stone while I'm here as well. Closed gate there. Probably won't open until we call in a hero. Activate this bind stone.
Go right up to the hero's monument, select it, and click on the rune symbol in the action bar.
Done that. And then summon the hero.
Aside from the hero monument, the symbol of a hand appears in the selection window. You can inform yourself of the rune power of your avatar. Every time you call upon a hero, or later on, even a worker, you lose a bit of your rune power, and calling upon them takes a bit longer every time, too. Rune power regenerates itself automatically in the course of time.
Let's call in Drago.
Now you can summon the hero. Select the monument and click on the symbol for the hero in the action bar. After a few seconds, the hero should appear.
There he is.
What does the rune desire?
A second portrait button for your new hero should now appear in the upper left. You can now command the hero.
Quickly now. Let's go.
If you want to select several units simultaneously,
command.
you can
Yes.
hold down the left mouse
Follow
button
me.
in the game world and drag a frame around both characters. As soon as you release the left mouse button, the selection is
Destiny
established.
awaits.
You can combine combat units to form groups. To do this, select the units and click on one of the small buttons at the top of the screen in the middle, or hold down the control key and select a number key from 1 to 6 for the respective group. Once you have defined a group, a portrait button will appear at the top of the screen with the number of units in the group. The functionality of the portrait button is identical to your avatar's. You can now very quickly select a group by clicking on the appropriate portrait button or pressing a number key from 1 to 6.
Yep.
Follow the path further
Quickly now.
toward the south.
Okay, got a bit more combat coming up.
To adventure. Let's go.
Skellington.
To
You have a
adventure.
fight with the undead ahead of you. Together with your hero, you can win this
Free.
fight.
Stay with me, Ben.
Use your magic and defeat the undead.
Stay with me, men. On my command. For the order.
Fireproof, okay.
Forwards. Attack.
Attack you.
To adventure.
Go this way. Attack
For
you.
our near. It's an ambush.
Guy is dagger now.
It's an ambush. To adventure.
What's that sound?
Forwards.
More undead. You are a general. Level
Here.
6, are you? Okay.
Attack.
I wonder if you're fireproof.
I'm ready.
Oh, you're not fireproof.
We're under attack.
Hey, Yaris.
For freedom. Stay with me, men. For the order. Enemies, beware.
Well done. One of the undead was carrying a valuable gem. Take it along with you.
Okie dokie.
Let's go. To adventure.
Should you want to further test your fighting skills, turn north here. Otherwise, follow the path farther towards the south.
Destiny awaits.
This continues on the prologue. I'm going to head north, though.
To adventure.
Might get
For
some
the
items
order.
if I'm lucky. Youngling would be nice
On
and
my
easy.
command. Follow me. Quickly now. Attack.
Attack you.
The lines must hold. Forwards. At
Keep
arms, men.
attacking. Fireball
Stay
on
with
you.
me, men. I'm ready. For the order.
Fireproof.
At arms, men. We're under attack.
Just the
For our near.
spider. No, beetles down here.
Quickly now.
I'll get a little bit more experience.
On my command. At arms, men.
Let's use fireball on you.
Rune warriors, stand by stand.
That killed him. Nice.
For the order.
I can attack. Come on.
Enemies, beware. On my command. Forwards.
Here we go.
Quickly now. Now.
Another Minotaur.
Quickly now.
Two Minotaurs. Fireball.
Shall not fail. For our near.
He's dead.
For
That's
our
alright.
near. Stay with me, men.
Fireball quickly.
I'm ready.
And
Let's
he's
go.
dead as well. No items
To
here.
adventure.
That's a shame.
For freedom.
Let's kill the beetles.
For freedom. To adventure. Into battle we go. For the lines must hold. To adventure. Forward.
I've got a little bit of experience in that, not much,
I
but
shall not fail. Quickly now.
every little helps. It's still daytime.
Let's go. Now. Let's go.
There's a mission much later on. The time of day is very important.
Forwards. Follow me. Forwards. Now. Quickly now. Let's go.
Merchant Lemuel.
Follow the
Forwards.
path until you find the merchant.
Now.
Merchants can be
Now.
identified by the rotating coin above their
Let's
heads.
go.
I've located him. Human monument and another stone. Some stone here.
You can buy
iron.
and sell all kinds of objects from a merchant.
Yes, I can.
Go up to the merchant and speak to him by clicking on him with the right mouse button. A window will appear with the merchant's menu. On the left of the menu, you will see your objects, and on the right, the merchant's objects. Your available money and the price of the selected objects are displayed in the middle.
So
100 copper coins make 1 silver coin, and 100 silver coins make 1 gold coin.
I like that currency system.
Objects in Spellforce are divided into 5 categories. The 5 symbols beside your inventory and the merchant's inventory will be dark if you or the merchant have no objects in this category. You want to sell the gem to get money for a purchase.
Okie dokie.
Select the lowermost symbol to open the category Quest and Value Objects. Click on the gem. The object you are offering will be marked green, and in the middle you will see the price the merchant wants to pay. Click on Sell.
Yes. Sell that.
Now you can buy something else with the money. Click on the Runes category and purchase the Human Worker Rune.
Human work rune. Bought.
Conclude the trade by clicking on the check mark on the lower left in the window or by pressing the Escape key.
Trade is done.
Open your inventory, select the category Rune Board, and place the Human Worker Rune in the slot with the human portrait on the lower left of the Rune Board.
There we go.
Close your inventory.
I'm going at a slow pace because I don't want to mess up the tutorial.
Follow the path to the
Quickly
bindstone.
now. Now.
Head to the bindstone. The enemy's over here.
Select the bindstone and activate it using the action bar. Should your character perish, you will not have to repeat the whole journey.
I shall not fail.
Here's a fair distance, I suppose.
Now.
You can travel from one bindstone
Quickly
to
now.
another bindstone you have already activated. To do this, select your avatar and go to the bindstone, click on it with the right mouse button and select your destination. You can try this out now if you want. When you are done, follow the path to the human monument.
To
Go the
adventure.
human monument. Done that. I'm not
Speak
gonna
to
try.
Joshua, the man directly beside the monument.
Oh yes, the guy who was hiding.
Tahira. So the others found you.
Yes, they're all well. Were you able to find out where the rune is, Joshua?
In the orcs' camp. I think it is in possession of their leader. Be careful. Those beasts are tough. You'll have to prepare yourself well. Once you've conquered them, bring the rune to me. I will turn it over to Master Rowan.
You should now have received a quest. Open your inventory and select the quest book page.
Done that.
In the middle of the window, you will see all your current uncompleted quests, and on the right, a detailed view of the currently selected quests.
Yep.
You have received the quest, The Lost Rune. When you click on this quest, the individual steps of this quest will appear on the right. Already completed steps will be displayed darkened. When you hold the mouse pointer over one of these individual steps, a help window will additionally appear in the lower left in case you have forgotten something. Close your inventory.
Closed. Activate the human monument, expect.
Go to the monument, select it, and click on the rune symbol in the action bar.
Train some workers now.
The moment you occupy a worker monument, things get serious. Normally, when enemies discover your newly established settlements, they will do all they can to destroy you as quickly as possible. On this map, however, you can take your time. You can now summon human workers. Select the monument and click on the worker symbol in the action bar. The worker will appear in a couple of seconds. You may also click the symbol several times to order more workers. Produce at least 5 workers. When you have selected the monument, you will see numbers indicating your population limitations below. The upper number indicates how many workers of this race you currently have, and the maximum number you are allowed to have. At present, you can produce up to 20 workers. The maximum number of workers increases when you construct larger headquarters. On the upper right, you will now find a portrait for human workers. The number indicates how many human workers are currently not doing a job. You can select a free worker with a click on the portrait button.
At your service.
Workers can collect different resources depending on their race. Human workers can chop trees, collect stone, or mine ore.
Yes, all right then.
To the left of the monument, you will find a stone quarry, and to the right, an ore deposit. The next forest is located to the west.
Yes,
To have
forward.
workers collect a resource,
Now.
select one or more workers
Ready
and then
and able.
click with the right
At your
mouse button
service.
directly on a tree, a stone, or an ore deposit. Only workers may figure in this selection.
Here I am.
On the top edge of the screen, you will see the amount of resources you already have acquired. You can use resources to construct buildings or summon combat units to a monument. Select workers and send them with the right mouse button to chop down trees,
No problem.
collect stone and mine
Master of the
ore
rune,
until you
let's
have
get
at least
cracking then,
50
yes?
units of each
Bridge
of
over,
these
time for
3
work.
basic resources.
Doing that now.
Here I am. As good as done.
Please, there we go. I think these statues give me hints. The wood chopper's down here, stone mine is here, iron mine is over here, fishing place over here. I'm not sure if there's fish up here though.
Ready to go.
You guys
Understood.
sit down here for now. Carrying iron. Carrying wood. And you guys will carry some stone again in a bit. Bit of a slow paced game this one, but I enjoy it. And now we've got 50 of each.
Very good. You now have sufficient resources to construct your first buildings. Select a worker and click on the building symbol in the action bar. A selection of buildings will appear. Click on the woodcutter hut and select a site in the game world near the forest to start construction by clicking the left mouse button.
Let's get cracking
there.
The selected worker will now begin to erect
Yes.
a building. You can
Here we
select
go.
additional workers and send them to the construction site with a right click, should you want construction to progress faster.
I do indeed.
Now select some other workers and build a quarry near
Building
the stone
completed.
resources and a mine near the iron.
No problem. Ready to go.
You guys need to make a mine and a quarry. I need more wood first though. These are specialised workers now. They're artisans instead of workers. I think that means they work faster. We're going to build a quarry down here.
Off to work.
You guys are going to help.
Here we go. Master of the rune.
You guys are going to build a mine as soon as you have enough wood.
Building completed.
Build a mine right about.
No
Let's
problem.
move out of the way quickly.
Very well, off I go.
Place the mine down here.
Break's over, time for work.
In each of these resource buildings, up to 5 workers can advance to the status of so-called craftsmen. Craftsmen have different clothing and special tools, and are twice
Building
as
completed.
efficient as simple workers. When you select a finished building, then you can see how many craftsmen are already assigned to this building in the selection window. When you click an empty symbol, and there is another free worker available, he will be assigned to the building. When you click an occupied symbol, a worker will be released.
Very well, off I go.
Those workers that construct a building automatically take over the free jobs in the building insofar as they are available. When you send a worker to a building with the right mouse button, you can fill free jobs. This way, workers who, for example, chop down trees, will automatically look for free jobs in woodcutter houses and start doing them in a short time.
Okie dokie.
Wait until all 3 buildings are finished. Should construction work fail to continue on a building, this means you have mistakenly removed all the workers from the construction site.
This game
Now
is a lot
your resources should increase much faster. Keep an eye on the individual stocks and, if necessary, assign your workers to other jobs.
much more simpler than the new version.
In order to recruit a larger army, you will need food. Humans are very flexible and are able to catch fish, hunt or breed animals, and grow grain.
Master of the rune.
In the area surrounding your base, you will find a number of animals. Build a hunting lodge to gather food. Additionally, construct a small headquarters so that you will have up to 30 workers at your disposal.
Small headquarters. This is going to go up
I'm on
here, I
it.
think. And then I'll build a hunting lodge when this is built. Because this will take 5 workers. And I can train some more here.
Master of the rune.
Still find it funny how they just come out of the ground.
completed.
And then we're going to build a hunter's lodge right about
I'm
here.
on it.
Rally point there. Train more workers.
Your orders? Off to work. Yes, off to work.
Need food to upgrade.
Building completed.
Global limit for soldiers.
You can send up to 5 workers to the hunting lodge to collect food faster. The amount of the food you have stored
Locking the
determines
door.
the maximum size of your army. The flags on the buildings show you whom the buildings belong to and if workers are currently active in this building. If you look carefully, you will see that the lake behind the human monument is full of fish. There are also some berry bushes on the bank of the lake, but these serve exclusively as food for elves.
Okie dokie then.
Now you should do something to defend your settlement. Build 2 towers in the area around the stone slabs, as enemies might come from this direction.
Off to work.
I do like the new one because I can upgrade my towers in that one. I don't think I can in this one.
Let's get cracking then. Your orders? Break's over, time for work. Off to work. Ready to go, on my way. Call the guards.
Yes.
Can't go that way, can't go that way. Can only go this way then.
Quickly now.
We're going to head over here. And rally point is going to be behind the towers as well.
Building completed. Yes.
This is nearly done as well.
That way. Building completed. Master of the room.
Some goblins are attacking
On
your
my way.
settlement. You will soon
All right,
hear
then.
an alarm signal and see a
Understood.
red symbol on the overview map indicating the site of the attack. Defend your town with your avatar and your hero.
On my adventure. For our new warriors, stand by me.
An enemy attack.
We're defending pretty effectively.
Stay with me, men.
They're low level enemies, so it's pretty easy.
Excellent. The attack has been thwarted. By the way, whenever you hear an alarm signal, you can use the space bar to immediately switch to the site of the action.
Okie dokie.
If your towers are damaged, you can have them repaired. Select 1 or more workers for the job and click with the right mouse button on the damaged structure.
I think they're fine.
You can not only summon workers at a human monument, but also human warriors and
Master of the room.
mages. Single warriors summoned at the human monument will not be as strong as your avatar or your hero. With sufficient resources, however, you can produce whole armies.
Can indeed.
Now it is time to build an army. Firstly, you will need to construct a forge.
Let's build a forge right here.
Break's over, time for work.
And the smelting works.
Building completed.
Weapons and armor for battle units will be manufactured in this forge. If you have several forges, you can produce units faster. Battle units are also summoned to human monuments. If you would like to establish a rally point for new units, select the human monument and click with the right mouse button on the desired destination. The appearance of a little flag indicates that the summoned combat units will assemble at this point.
Yep.
Select the human monument and summon at least 3 recruits and 3 scouts. If you are unable to produce units, you will find text marked in red in the help window, which specifies the reason why, for example, a missing or unoccupied building, or insufficient resource.
I'll train 5 of each, I think. Recruits look funny. Scouts don't look too bad. What's it going to say next?
The orcs have their own scouts always on the lookouts for enemies. If one of these scouts discovers your settlement or your warriors, he will return to his headquarters and sound the alarm. A scout is about to discover your settlement, which is shown by a yellow symbol appearing on the overview map. Destroy the opponents before they can get away.
Yes. Attack. Now.
You may
On my
not be
command.
attacked now. The enemy
I'm
headquarters will eventually notice the missing scout
Here I am.
and start searching for
On my
him.
way.
You have, however, gained time and can use it to quickly produce more scouts and recruits.
That way.
It is important for you to destroy the buildings in the enemy camp as quickly as possible, because new
Here we go.
opponents are continuously being recruited there.
Eyes open.
To produce a larger army, you will need larger quantities of food. Select your human monument.
Selected the monuments.
The lower numbers in the selection window on the left indicate how many combat units you have, as well as the maximum number you can support. The current maximum is 10.
Yep.
Inside the headquarters buildings, you can use food to increase the maximum size of your army. Select your small headquarters building.
Done that.
In the action bar below, you will now see a symbol for food. When you hold the mouse pointed directly above it, the costs for this increase will show up in the help window. When you click once on the symbol, the maximum number of combat units will increase from 10 to 15 for 100 food units. The increase from 15 to 20 units already costs 200 food units. Increase the maximum number of combat units to at least 20 units by clicking the symbol twice. If the symbol is darkened, your hunters have not acquired sufficient food, and you will have to wait a while.
They're trying to get through the gate.
With the small headquarters, you can support a maximum of 30 combat units. Medium-sized or large headquarters, which will become available later, afford additional possibilities to increase the maximum level. If you later decide to play with 2 allied races, then the maximum number of combat units for the entire army applies, with the races also sharing their food. Produce additional scouts and recruits and destroy the orc camp in the east. Secure more resources and ensure you have sufficient food.
Your orders? Here I am.
Smelting works isn't really needed. Food store. No, I'll leave that for now.
At your service.
Just wait for them to be built. How much food's left on this deer? It sounded went a little bit janky then, didn't it?
Awaiting your orders. Eyes open, sword ready, sir. Yes, sir. Ready to fight, sir. Ready for action. Awaiting your orders.
Destiny awaits. Forwards.
Move up this way.
Destiny awaits. Let's go. To
Swings
adventure.
up here.
Forward.
Let's see if there's any fish in this pond. I doubt I'm that lucky, but you never know.
Forwards.
Any fish in there? No
Now.
fish. Okay.
To adventure.
Shut this way and take out this first camp. So the second camp's a little bit more difficult, so
Forwards.
we'll see what that means by more difficult.
I shall not fail.
1, that's 2.
To adventure. Quickly
Pushing
now.
out. I can't even set up
To
formations in
adventure.
this one either. I do like that in the third one, the
Follow me.
formations.
Quickly now. Now.
Attack you. This slug. He's dead.
Follow me.
Attack the spearman. He's here as well.
Into battle we
Attack the
go.
building.
Yes,
Can
sir.
attack him.
Shall not fail. Freedom.
Two headquarters.
Here. Into battle we go.
Under 9. Don't know why there's no
Unlock
iron
map.
here.
For our
Let's got the
near.
fist slugs.
Never surrender.
For freedom. For the order.
This food store.
Shall not for our near.
What's we got here? Cleric. And the Temple of Light.
Unlike a man.
This goes lightning bolt. There we go.
Quickly now.
Quest book has
You
been
cannot
updated.
search corpses or chests when enemies are near. There is a chest in the orc camp. Stand close to it with one of your characters, and you will be able to open the chest by clicking with the right mouse button. Take possession of both plans.
Oh, I've done that already.
You have just found the construction plan for a new building, and the unit plan for the human unit clerics. Open your inventory and go to the plans page.
Okie dokie, done that. They're healers, aren't they?
Here you have an overview of which building and unit plans you have for all 6 races. On the right-hand side in the window, you can select the race. Select humans.
Selected already.
Place the unit plan in a free space among the units in the lower line. You can now produce this unit at your human monument, provided you have the required buildings and sufficient resources. Place the building plan in an empty slot on the line of building icons. The first line may be full, so you might have to press the right arrow.
Yep.
Now your workers are able to construct the Temple of Light. Close your inventory. If you want to summon human units with magic powers, you will need Aria, a magic liquid. Near the orc camp, you will find an Aria spring. Simple workers are not able to collect Aria. You will need a special building for that purpose.
Aria Shrine. How many's here?
Put up an
5.
Aria shrine near the Aria Spring and the Temple of Light in your main settlement. To select this building, you must click on the pointer on the right of the building selection.
There we go. Workers are on the way. And then I'll get a Temple of Light. Probably back in my main base, actually. Is that a scout there? Maybe. They started building it at least.
Building completed.
Maybe when I got some area, this will go away. Put up an area shrine, area spring, and Temple of Light in your main system. Oh, I've got to put a Temple of Light down as well. Okay, Temple of Lights can go. This can go down here. Two of these guys standing around.
Ready to go.
Nothing to hunt.
Right, then.
We're going to go over there. You've got nothing
Orders
to hunt.
that
You're
way.
going to go over there as well. Go back to worker status. Considering out of food.
Here I am. Let's get cracking then.
Coming up night time now. Not too dark, but not too bad.
Building completed.
Okay, done that.
Up to 5 workers can work in the Aria Shrine and collect Aria. The Temple of Light serves to invoke units with magic powers, comparable to the Forge for weapon production. Several temples allow you to invoke magic units more quickly.
Yep.
Additionally, you can buy upgrades at the Temple of Light. Upgrades are possible on several buildings, and they generally improve your units as well as offering other benefits. If you select the temple and have sufficient resources, you can click the clerical blessing symbol below. All the clerics you summon after this will have a shield and sizable mana reserves at their disposal. Beside the Aria Spring, you will see Lenya plants and moon silver. Both resources cannot be used by humans, but play an important role for other races.
Okie dokie.
Produce at least 3 clerics. Should you be unable to produce the unit, the button will be darkened. In this case, move the mouse over the button and follow the instructions in the help window. In case you already have the maximum number of units, you can select units and destroy them by using the key K.
There we go. I'll train 5 of them. Still need a little bit more food though. 400 food.
Here we go.
There you go, go out hunting again. Only got 3 guys available. Food store.
The next thing we want to do is
over,
gear
time
up
for work.
iron production a little. Put up a smelting works
Ready for
as
action.
close
Alright.
as possible to your mine building.
Your orders?
And smelting works will not fit anywhere. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish this building. Yes.
Here I
You
am.
guys are going to build smelting works.
No
Move
problem.
over here. Smelting works going to right
I'm
there.
on it.
And then we're going to build a mine over here. It's going to take a little while to build,
Eyes
unfortunately.
open, sword ready, sir. Understood. Sir. Yes, sir. Moving out.
They're both nearly done. Good, good.
Building completed. Building completed.
The mine craftsman will now deliver the mined ore to the smelting works, where it will be processed further. This means you will now receive the double quantity of resources per delivery.
There we go.
Simple workers can only deliver their resources to headquarters and monuments. All the craftsmen can deliver their iron ore to a smelting works, their wood to a sawmill, their stones to a stonemason's hut, or their food to a storehouse, which then doubles the amount of each delivery. Build a food storehouse.
Done it already. Ha! That's right here.
When the food storehouse is finished, you can use food to regenerate the life points and mana reserves in your summoned units. This is especially important if you summon several magic units. Your avatar and your heroes, by the way, regenerate themselves without food.
Any
Summoned
animals
at
here?
least 15 combat units.
Done that already. Okay, so doing it ahead of time doesn't mess up things, which is good.
If you follow the path past the orc camp farther to the east, you will arrive at an enemy lookout. As soon as it makes sight contact, it will alarm its headquarters. Advance with your avatar, the hero, and at least 15 combat units to the east.
Shall not follow me.
As soon as the lookout has
Forward.
discovered you, a yellow warning
Follow
signal
me.
will appear on the overview map.
Okie dokie.
Now. Follow me.
Let's keep
Quickly
pushing
now.
up.
Now.
I don't think we can get him. He's going to run away out of range, probably.
To adventure.
There we go.
Forwards.
The orcs have
Let's
been
go.
alerted to your presence and will send out an assault wave to confront you.
Now.
Destroy the orcs and their camp.
Now.
Move here. Attack
Into
you.
battle we go.
There we go.
Enemy contact. Awaiting your order.
Move up.
Ready for action. Never
Move
surrender.
up.
Yes, sir. All
Let's
right.
move here.
I'm ready.
Fortify the defenses.
Healing's going on, which is good.
Now.
There's the scouts there again.
Now. Quickly now. Let's go.
25 should be more than enough for this
Forward.
early part. There it is. Let's attack.
Freedom.
Never surrender.
The lines are
Fortify the defenses. They're attacking.
That's them dead. Good, good.
awaits.
There's Krong there.
Into battle we go.
Fireball you. I think that's the leader as well, isn't it?
They're attacking.
It's pretty tough, but not tough enough.
Here. Destiny awaits. To adventure for the order.
Thank you.
For our
Destroy the camp. Got a scout there will kill. Near the halfway point. Get a view.
For freedom.
Why can't archers fire arrows at the buildings?
Destiny awaits.
Congratulations. If you now look in your quest book, you will see that you have now solved the 2 previously open steps.
Quest book.
The leader of the orcs was carrying the rune. Loot the corpse and take the rune if not already done so. Now go back to Joshua at the human monument and talk to him.
Now.
Semicircle. Okay, the formations isn't really working.
Quickly now. Now.
Go and talk to Joshua.
Quickly now.
Oh no, we've got to kill this guy, haven't we?
To adventure.
Yeah, let's kill this guy.
Quickly now.
And then we'll head out this way. Back to Joshua.
Let's go.
Not much iron left. Hardly any stone left. Now, stuff like stone does actually slowly regenerate over time, but it's not very quick at all. Let's upgrade to the next level on that, and we'll get five more recruits, I think. Two can go here.
Moving out.
One can go here.
Let's go.
A little mining again. Well, 3 of them are actually. So it was at 37 a second ago, now it's at 60 again. A little bit odd, but it's kind of cool. You're hunting down the merchant for food. What are you doing? Why are you hunting down the merchant? Oh, you silly.
Ready for action.
Where's my hunters gone then? There's one here, one here. Animals are appearing every now and then. I suppose it's pretty good because it means you'll never ever run out of resources fully. No upgrades at these places. Nope.
Follow me.
Go to Joshua and hand in the rune.
Quickly now.
I think I can then go to the exit if I want, or can go to the south and get all the hints. I'm going to get the hints, I think. Just a little fresh in my mind.
By Zarek's accursed eyes, the rune, you did it. Even if I can barely stand to look at a rune warrior, nobody else could have managed that feat. Master Rowan will be relieved.
Your quest book has been updated.
You have received additional experience points for solving the quests, and your avatar has gained 1 level.
Yay!
With every new level, your avatar will have more life points and mana reserves. You will also receive skill and attribute points that can be used to further improve your avatar. Open the inventory and go into the category Character Information.
Stat points and ability points.
On the right of the window, select your avatar if it's not already activated. On the left of the window, you will see the skills of your avatar, and in the middle, its attributes. Distribute the new attribute points, for example, for strength or wisdom. To do this, click in the window on the small arrows directly beside the numbers of the attributes.
Strength or wisdom? Strength isn't going to give me much apart from more bashing damage. Dexterity. Go to 35. Wisdom. Oh, I do get that to 45.
The individual attributes stand for the characteristics of a figure. If you pass over an attribute with a mouse pointer, the help window will explain the meaning of the individual numbers. Now distribute the new skill points. Click on New Skills and select Light Combat. Distribute the second point wherever you like by clicking on one of the small arrows beside the skill.
New abilities at Light Combat. Chain ability. And White Magic. Now distribute the new skill points. Click on the new ability and select Light Combat. Distribute the second point wherever you like by clicking on one of the small arrows beside the skill. I can't agree to stuff need more agility, so let's get the White Magic. There we go.
Due to your improved skills in light combat, you have now received an additional combat skill. It's called Berserk.
Berserk.
You will find this melee combat skill in your spell book. Transfer Berserk to your magic memory.
Done that.
Close your inventory.
And that is closed.
Combat abilities and some magic spells are not cast at a target, but rather only work on the caster himself. Test the Berserk ability by selecting your character and clicking the symbol below in the action bar, or above left on the portrait.
There we go.
When you trigger the Berserk ability, your avatar causes an enormous damage to the enemy for a short period of time. This can be very helpful in an emergency situation, although you cannot apply this attack again until after a few minutes.
Very good against
Now
boss.
speak to Joshua again.
Joshua again. Okey-dokey.
It's slowly getting to be time for me to head out. It was good to fight by your side again.
You just stood there
Come
the
along.
entire time.
I'll accompany you to the portal.
He's running off to the portal. That rune is basically the avatar I'll be playing for the rest of the game. Uh-oh.
Zerba, have mercy. Will this never end?
That will be interesting.
Rowan,
This is a fight going on somewhere else. That's a high level spell.
that's the road. One moment later, and we would have been lost.
No, we wouldn't have. We've got a decent sized army.
Do you have the rune?
Tahira salvaged it from the ruins. Here it is.
Tahira, I thank you. You have...
Being attacked.
Served you well?
Being attacked.
I can understand your fury. Believe me, this room is the key to our future and past. But I don't want to bother you any longer. Live in peace, Tahira. We will not meet again.
Farewell, Tahira.
Goodbye, Joshua. And keep running. Run through the portal. And vanish. There's a little cut there, wasn't there?
To adventure.
You can now leave this map through the magic portal, or follow the path to the south,
On my way.
where further opponents are waiting along with some useful hints, which you don't necessarily need for the
Quickly
first
now.
maps.
On my way.
I don't necessarily need them, but I may
By
as well get
clicking
them.
on the options in the top right, you can save the current game at any time.
Good point. Save that as tutorial, yep.
Go west of the portal to leave the map, or follow the path to the south to find more useful hints.
I'm ready. Yes, let's go.
Thank you.
For Aonir.
Whenever you see some tips and hints from different areas of the game.
Let's go.
Okay, leveled up again though, so might as well use that. Life and elemental magic we can bump up. Bump this up to 40, this can go up to 30, and this can go up to 35. There we go.
Follow me.
Let's
Quickly
go in
now.
front of this statue here.
Now. To adventure.
When you travel through a portal or bindstone from one platform to another, you lose all the units you had previously summoned with rune magic and your settlements. That's why you should choose carefully the point in time you want to move
Now.
on.
For the order.
Choose carefully. Oh god,
Let's
they're all
go.
attacking, they're all
For
attacking.
the order.
Who's going to have to go through?
For freedom.
Never surrender.
Yeah, you're going to die.
We're under attack.
What are you doing here?
Enemy contact.
How do I select just my workers here?
Master of the Rune? As good as
You
done.
head over here.
Here we go.
You join that building there.
To adventure.
All right.
Let's
You
go.
head over here. There's no teleporting between things and coming back and controlling my army again.
When you
Follow
would like
me.
to rotate a building before placing it, press and hold the Control key. After that, use the Delete and Stop keys to rotate the building to the left or to the right.
I'm ready.
Delete and end. Okay, got to remember that one.
To adventure. At arms, men. At arms. We're under attack. Unlucky man. Let's go.
By holding down the Control key and selecting a unit, all the other units of this
Here.
type in the surrounding area will also
Follow
be
me.
selected.
Yeah, already figured out that one.
Attack.
This
does-
function can also be used with the portrait buttons of the avatar, the heroes, or the groups.
Give up.
Yes. Forward.
Okay.
Follow
Hold
me.
down the Shift key and select one or more units to add units in order
Quickly
to
now.
add or remove them from the
Let's
current
go.
selection.
To adventure.
This function can
Let's
also
go.
be used with the portrait buttons of
Forwards.
the avatar, the heroes, or the
Yes.
groups.
Is
Forward.
that this one here? It might be.
Follow me. Quickly now.
If you hold down the Alt key
adventure.
and give your own units a go-to command with the right mouse button, your units will scout the area between their present position and the destination.
For freedom.
Enemy contact.
By indicating several points, they will patrol these points one after the other, forwards and backwards, with no regard to their starting position.
Okay, that's good for setting up a
When
patrol
scouting,
then.
your units will attack any enemy in their sight range.
Now. For
By
freedom.
holding down the shift key when you give your own units a go-to command to the right mouse button,
Follow
you
me.
can describe the exact
Follow
route
me.
they should take point by point.
Now.
Yeah, that's a
Quickly
good one.
now.
At the final point, the units will stop. You can use this method to send your units around an enemy camp without having to change their directions
adventure.
over and
Get
over
on,
again.
men. For freedom.
Engaging the enemy.
Quickly, into battle we go. Let's go.
Moving out.
Now.
What's this actually going to say?
To provide a better overview, the view direction is automatically oriented in isometric perspective toward the north. You can use the Delete and N keys to rotate the view. You can also do this by holding down both mouse buttons and moving the mouse to the left or right.
No, that's not working, but middle mouse is.
The view automatically returns to the starting position when you
Yes.
release the keys or the mouse buttons. This
Quickly now.
function can also be deactivated in the options.
Quickly now.
Fortify the
You can
defense
use
right
the
away.
home key to return the view to the north.
Moving out. Securing the area.
Quickly
And this
now.
statue here. There's quite a few statues actually, quite a few hints.
Many characters have dialogues and orders that concern the main quest. Other characters are only important for so-called side quests.
Okie dokie.
You can
Destiny
recognize the
waits.
characters for the main quest by the large exclamation mark above their heads. You will need to talk to these characters in order to solve the main quest successfully. The so-called side quests are optional. You don't have to solve them, but they do offer you a number of benefits and adventures.
Okie dokie.
Quickly now.
You go
Now.
this way.
Quickly now.
Let's go down and clear this area here next, I think. Then try to find a way up to here. Let's go explore the rest of that area. I've done these over here, yep.
Let's go.
There's a path up there. Might also go around this way.
Forwards. Follow me. Forwards. Attack.
Attack the rock spider.
Follow me.
Beside the inventory symbol on the bottom right is the formation symbol. When you select several units, you can form a formation by clicking on the formation symbol. The units will then become a formation just as they are arranged in the game world. Generally, it is more comfortable to use convenient function for standard formations. As soon as you have formed a formation, 3 additional symbols appear for the standard formations: semicircular and rank formation.
Follow me.
Okey-dokey. Let's
Quickly
go
now.
to the left quickly and do
Now.
this top one.
For our
And
near.
then we'll do this one here and then we'll push along to the right there.
Never give up.
Rune warriors, stand by me. Forwards. For our near.
Never give up.
For the order.
Enemy contact.
You can resort already used plans of buildings and units, magic spells in your spell book, and also learn magic spells in the magic memory at any time. Open your inventory and, for instance, first click on one magic spell and then the second one. As the buildings and magic spells in the action bar are shown in the same order, as they are sorted in the buildings menu or magic memory, this can be useful.
Quickly now.
Can be indeed, actually. Go to the statue here.
You can order your own units to follow someone. This is especially useful when you want to move with other units in the third-person perspective. Select the desired units, then press the Shift key and click with the right mouse button on the target, such as your avatar which you want your unit to follow.
Let's go.
Okie dokie. Shift click, Shift and right click to select. Follow.
Forwards. For freedom.
Thank you.
The resources in Spellforce regenerate in the course of time. It can thus be wise to leave one or two craftsmen at an exhausted aria string or a mined ore deposit.
Never give up!
Into battle we go. Forwards.
Go up to this one up here, got the rock spiders.
Forwards.
Attack you.
Into battle we go.
Never give up! Enemy contact, ready for action!
The mightiest combat unit you have at your disposal is the Prequel. Each race has its own Titan. To create a Titan, you must first construct the large headquarters of the appropriate race. You can only have one Titan for each race.
Okie dokie. Is this a dead end? Yep, okie dokie. I'm glad I went this way first.
For the order.
Tiara.
Never give up!
Tiara.
To adventure.
What's this one going to say?
On the side of light, you can build settlements not only with humans, but with elves and dwarves. There are also 3 dark races available: orcs, trolls, and dark elves.
Forwards.
In Spellforce, you will often build a settlement with several races. If you decide on a light and dark race at the same time, you must ensure that the armies do not encounter one another.
Okie dokie.
The resource supplies of the dark and light races are separate. However, the races of light share their resources with each another, as do the dark races.
At arms, men.
Never surrender!
I might freeze in a second. Oh, sorry about that.
For Aonir.
Oh.
Quickly now.
And over here.
When a normal go-to command is issued, the units will ignore enemies on their way to the target and only start to defend themselves as soon as they reach the destination.
Follow me.
You can hold down the control key, give the go-to command to your own units with the right mouse button. In this case, they will attack enemies along the way.
That's a good one.
Follow me.
That's definitely useful. So same as Spellforce 3 then.
Now.
You get told that pretty early in Spellforce 3.
Follow me.
It turns red when you hold down control.
Let's
Not
go.
doing anything in this one though. I'll check this one here. I need to head up this way here.
Now.
And then we want to head up this path here and we'll attack the people along here. A few more statues and then there's a portal over here, I believe. Just make sure I get all the hints.
To adventure. Let's go.
Heading out to chop trees still. Good, good. Train some workers. Usually some workers then.
Here, now.
Very well, off I go.
We can lodge there, and then
Here we go.
woodcutter's hut. Iron mine's full, smelting's full. 2 free workers. Temple of
Let's get
Lightning's
cracking
one.
then.
Okie dokie.
On my command. Forwards.
Attack
Follow
move
me.
this way.
Now.
That's pretty good. You start firing. I do like that one actually.
They're everywhere.
Forwards. Forwards.
Attack move here. Go to the statue.
Certain magic spells on so-called servants, who are loyal to the mages and support them during battles. A mage can
adventure.
call upon several servants simultaneously.
Quickly now.
However, these servants cost the mage a certain amount of mana as time passes, which leads to a slower regeneration of mana or even a constant loss of mana. When the mage has lost all of his mana reserves, his servant dies.
Aw. That's a bit of a shame.
Quickly now.
Attack move this way.
An enemy attack.
Enemies, beware. At arms, men.
General.
Reinforce the defenses.
Into battle we
He had
go.
nice on him.
Let's go.
Fortify the defenses.
Follow me.
There's a gem. Very nice.
Let's
Let's go get
go.
this statue up here. So everyone
To
else can
adventure.
hold here. Let's actually use a fireball on you.
Yes. Now.
And attack move. One move up here.
When you have selected several units,
Quickly now.
you can click on individual units or unit types in the selection
Let's
window
go.
at the bottom left, and thus double select them. If you now give further orders, such as sending the unit elsewhere, then this command will only apply to the double selected units. This method is highly convenient if, for instance, you want to remove specific units from combat or heal wounded units very quickly with click and fight.
Okay.
Let's go. For the order.
Attack you quickly.
You will find a monument symbol in the action bar. When you click on it with the left mouse button, you can quickly select your monuments one after another and produce units without moving.
I'm ready. For the order.
When you click on monuments on the right, then view will focus on the monuments one after another.
Now. Let's go.
Let's go to the left and get these two over here, and then we'll go to the right, I think.
Forwards.
Attack move this way.
At arms,
Enemy
men.
contact.
Now. Into battle we go.
Attack you.
To
Let's use it this way.
Fortify the defenses. Never surrender.
Let's go. To adventure. For the order.
Kill the Great Forest Spider.
They're attacking.
Yes. Rune warriors, stand by me.
Enemy contact. Fortify the defenses.
You can build some buildings at the start of the game, whereas others require the construction of small, middle, or large headquarters. You will find the appropriate instructions in the respective help windows. Some units require special buildings before they can be summoned. Aside from the necessary resources, they may also need a forge for metal weapons and armor, a weapon workshop for wooden weapons and leather outfits, or a magic building for units with magic skills.
Yep.
Some units need further special buildings. You will find the appropriate hints in the respective help windows.
If I go like this, for example, requires Forge, Temple of Light, Forge, and Forge. You require nothing.
Here.
And what hint is this going to give me here?
The more often you defeat a certain type of enemy, the less experience points you earn. You earn a lot more points when you defeat new enemies.
Yep. That's why the enemy is always changing throughout the game.
I'm ready. Let's go. Forwards.
Let's kill this fire elemental.
Fortify the defenses.
Forwards. At arms,
Kill this
men.
one here.
Never surrender.
Quickly now. To adventure.
Let's keep moving up.
Forwards. Follow me. At arms,
Got the
men.
Minotaur.
Some rare weapons have magic. These effects cannot be specifically cast. They unleash their power in combat at random time intervals.
Forwards. For
A
freedom.
number of different effects are possible. For example, there are weapons with an additional fire effect,
Enemies
or
beware.
others which take life points away from the enemy and add them to the owner.
Forwards. Now.
Those ones that take life force are good for tanky units.
Into battle we go.
Never give up.
For our need.
Enemy contact.
When you press the tab key, the strongest enemy in the visible view will be selected. By pressing the tab key again, you can switch through all the visible enemies.
Yeah, didn't know that.
This way you can select enemy targets very quickly. For example, for the click and fight system.
Destiny. Now.
That is handy to know,
Enemies
actually.
beware. Forwards.
More statue here. End the portal to the prologue.
Engaging the enemy.
Let's go.
And over here, have you leveled up yet? Not quite. I don't think we get enough
Yes.
experience in this. First hint.
You can retroactively remove or change units that have been queued for summoning at a monument. To do this, select the monument and click on the unit currently under production in the selection window, or on units in the waiting line to remove them.
Okie dokie, that's like
Follow me.
one of the most easiest
Forwards.
things to learn. Well, if you play RTS a lot. Okay, that's all the enemies on the map dead, I believe. No other places to go, is there? Nope, nowhere else to go. So what I'm going to do now is end the prologue. Into this portal? Yes. And that's the prologue complete.